Good morning. We are coming to you from Floral City, Florida. We're staying with our friends. They have a Class A over here. And we're staying on their property here. It's really fantastic. It's right on the Withlacoochee Trail is right back here.
Withlacoochee.
You just like to say that.
Withlacoochee.
Today's video, we're going to take you inside our truck garage. Now, since moving from van life over to truck camper life, you know, we did have to give up that fantastic garage we had in the Vagabond van. And so we're trying to kind of figure out the space. And I think we've got our new garage dialed in pretty good.
It's the best RV garage ever
for
me.
So why don't we take you through exactly what we have in the garage? We have it all laid out here, kind of go over everything that we have, and then we'll show you how it fits all inside. Take it away, Dave.
If you remember on the Vagabond van with the Humble Road Shop, we designed a garage that went in the back of the ProMaster. We had a raised bed and it had the two bikes on slide outs, drawers, and a lot of stuff stored in there. And I liked it, but it was complicated. It was very tight tolerances, and to take a bike in or out, you had to take the front wheel off, and then you had to take the seat and the seat post off and kind of get it positioned in the tray, and it was a real tight tolerances. It worked great, but it was kind of a process. This actually works better. I just have to take the front wheels off the mountain bike and everything else stays together. And when I designed, everything in here goes in that back seat, and I put these things in and out of the truck so many times because I wanted to get it to where I could access anything without taking 12 things out, which was sometimes a problem, especially on our first van because it was just a big
It was a big mess. Stuffed
under the bed. It was if I wanted something in the back, it was a
Jenga.
pain. Yeah, so I can pretty much get to anything. We have our My Canoe. This is our 14-foot My Canoe, which we absolutely love. Super stable, folds up. I'm getting it down pretty good. From taking it out of the pickup, setting it out from its folded up position, putting it all together, including the oarlocks. It was 9 minutes all by myself, and I know I'll have it down to 5 minutes because I still would stop and I'd kind of do something in the wrong order. But when you get it down, it's pretty cool. So anyway, hope to go fishing on it here soon. That'll be in a video. My fishing gear. Those that follow us know that I'm a spoon carver, so I have my portable axe block. These legs come off, and Irene got me this really cool leather apron to try to save me from cutting myself. Irene and Pistol's chair. What is our day pack for day hikes?
And all that gear, yeah.
And then our mountain bikes. Now we have a place in Florida where we store other stuff, and I actually have two other bikes, a road bike and a triathlon bike. And I can put, right now I'm having these two in here. I can swap out a mountain bike for a road bike. So, but for now, this is what we're doing. Obviously the bike gear, the helmets, the shoes, pump. And then these are super lightweight backpacking chairs. And we take these when we go on the beach. And then obviously we have to have a hamper. So this is everything that fits in the back seat. I guess we'll see if we can't put it back in there.
Yeah, should we take them into the back seat? You could kind of show them how you have the bikes mounted before we get them in there.
Welcome to our garage. As you can see, we took the back seat out. That thing was heavy. Got rid of a lot of excess weight with that thing. And I mounted these to put the two bikes on. I put a rifle rack up here, which I use to put my fishing poles on, and then I put this in the back seat, and this is where our cycling shoes go. This is the key to the garage. Is I use the bolts that held the seat down, and I cut some 1/2-inch plywood in some pieces to make it fit here, drilled the holes, and bolted these down flush and levelish I should say. And then I've never even seen this type of fork mount before. I got these on Amazon, expensive but worth every penny. I love them. If you have bikes and you store them with the wheel off, you know you have to take the front wheel off and take the through axle, store it someplace. And the typical bike mounts that I've seen before, you set the forks onto the bike mount, and then there's a skewer that goes with the bike mount that you run through, tighten up, and get to right pressure and lock it. that works fine, but there's no comparison to this. Yeah, so basically you when you take the wheel off, you put your axle back through your forks, set your axle back on here, shut that down, latch it down. You can lock it if you want.
Like if it was outside or something.
Yeah,
you could lock it,
maybe if it's gonna be parked somewhere, if someone breaks in.
Yeah.
An extra step to get. Anyway, it's an option.
Should we load this garage up?
Yeah. We should load it up.
Let's do it.
So one concern I had about putting the bikes in the truck was, say we're out mountain biking and it's rainy or muddy or something, which I try not to do, but it happens. And it's kind of difficult if you're in a trailhead to clean them up and put it away. So I didn't want to have filthy bikes going in the backseat of the pickup. So I was researching online for some sort of cover that would be easy to put on and off. And what I found was these, and they got these on Amazon. They look like underwear.
Pantaloons.
And what they're designed to do is they pull up around the wheels, and it covers from here down. So it's all exposed. It's not something you can store outside waterproof, but it keeps all the dirt on the tires, wheels, and all the greasy chain gear, the drivetrain is all inside that protective cover, and you can store them in the back seat. I took the front wheel off and put it on, and just the fork went down through, and it fit nice and tight on there. And I was able to just, with this stretchy material over here, I was still able to put that into the fork mount, fold it over the material, clamped it down just fine. But for today, I'm just going to put them in without the cover so we can see how it all looks.
Here's the garage in all its glory.
Yep. Doesn't look that bad, does it?
No, it's super organized. There's a lot in there, but it's very organized.
Yep. I can pull the canoe out easily. I can pull this bike out easily. Your chair, backpack, all that stuff just kind of hangs back there. So here's this amazing fork mount, like I was showing you. Just put it back on there.
Yeah, and it comes with a key, so you can lock that out. Oh yeah, they're not moving, which is great.
They're solid. Okay, I want to take around the other side and show them a few things over there.
Okay.
So axe block is in a bag under here, and that makes the canoe sit level and flush on there. I like keeping the front wheels in the bags. And then the handlebar was about 1.5 inches from the window, and it's solid, but I thought if something happens, you know, whatever, something happened, I don't want that to come loose and smack that window. So I took some thick, dense foam, and I put some hot glue on the back of it.
Oh, you
I stuck it to the window, and
listen,
so
it's not dumb if it works.
So it stays there. So
I like it.
Should help. And then I put the back tire of this one, it kind of fits right behind the seatbelt over there, and it kind of holds it in position. And then our two chairs fit down in this depression here, and so this back tire sits nice and tight between the chairs in here. but you can still get to everything. So.
It's nice because there's 2 doors and you could pull some stuff specifically from this side and then some stuff from the other side.
Yeah. So that's the garage in a nutshell. I got the covers for the.
There.
We should put Pistol's bed back in.
We do need to put Pistol's bed back in. The most important part of equipment we just got.
Okay. So there's Pistol's bed, chair, whatever, both.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves that thing. We drove an hour and a half yesterday. She sits in there, buckled into it, falls asleep. It's like when she's on the water, on a canoe or something, she falls asleep. She just slept almost the whole trip. And more importantly, not once did she get down and get on Irene's lap.
No, well, she's clipped in. She can't.
Well, she never tries.
No, she never tries.
If she doesn't want to be there, she'll let you know. But
oh, for sure.
So like an hour and a half off your lap, that is definitely a world record.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering, will it all fit?
The answer is yes.
It fits.
I mean,
like a glove.
A lot of our smalls and his camp chair, this truck camper, the Cirrus 820, has a lot of exterior storage as well. So we're putting a lot of like the small propane bottles, our outdoor cooktop, that kind of thing in those spaces as well. So our water hose, all that gets to go in those areas. So this has been the perfect size for all our other needs, you know, for the bigger items. So
yeah, I was trying to make it so if I needed something I could access it. So all the things that are stored in the camper's lock-in cabinets have been in and out of here a few dozen times, and trying to decide what gear goes in here, what goes in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've got our Coleman stove and our camp oven, my lawn chair, tools.
Yeah, we gotta see if we're keeping that camp oven. We are going to have a scone off. I just picked up a scone mix.
I'm gonna win.
In the Coleman? I don't know.
I'll be cooking outside in the Coleman camp oven, and she'll be using the convection oven in the camper. We'll do that at Gamble Rogers.
Yeah, let's do that.
Scone off.
Yeah, scone off. Sounds good. All right, see you down the road. Carry on.
Carry on.
Join us on Patreon for extra content and all our videos early release and ad-free.
And check out the children's book that Irene wrote. You can get it on Amazon, or if you want an autographed copy, go to our website, carryonvagabond.com.
All proceeds go directly to the Green Bean Fund. Thanks again, and
carry on.
Carry on.